Guys, it's me, Coach B, back with another hero experience. It is now week 10 of our quarantine, and yes, it has been hectic, but we are all getting through this, and I'm here to say that I'm with you, so we're getting through it together. All right? First thing I want to say, make sure you're staying safe. Make sure you're keeping your hands clean, washing your hands for about 30 seconds. Make sure everything that we touch, we make sure we just wash our hands and just keep our hands clean and continue to stay safe. All right. Also, be happy. Make sure you're getting your homework done, getting your exercises in, and eating those healthy smoothies. I hope you created your own. I'm excited to know, so I hope you commented in the videos and just let me know what it is that you came up with, what's your ideas, and if not, you still have time. So enough of that. I want to get started. I was looking for some games, and usually when I'm explaining these games to you, I try to look for games that you can kind of curve, meaning in the sense, or modify, that you can basically play in small spaces and that you don't need big spaces to play. Now, some of these games you do need a big space, unfortunately, but that's okay because I make sure that I give you games that you can play in small spaces. And if you get a chance to get in the big space and just get some fresh air, make sure you do practice those games, use these games, and check them out, okay? I've been a little stiff lately, so I haven't really been working out. So luckily, you guys get to get a workout with me. Yay, right? All right, so are you still excited? Are you still excited? That's what I want to know. Are you still excited during this hero time? If yes, then that's great. If no, don't worry about it because, hey, with the energy that I bring to you, you're not going to leave this thing without a smile on your face, all right? So, first thing I want to do is I'm going to step back, put my feet together, take a deep breath in. We're going to do this 3 times. Hold it. Just release. 2 more times. Take a deep breath in. Let it out. What I'm doing is kind of just making sure, I have my wind properly flowing for when I do start working out. I won't be out of breath. And even if I do get a little bit out of breath, you guys remember the techniques I told you, right? Just simply take a break and work on your breathing techniques. Do it about 3 times. It should calm you down. And if not, you practice another 3 times and so on and so on. Yes, you guys are getting it. You're doing great. And I can tell you've been watching my videos. So I'm excited. All right. So 1 more breath in. While that talking, I definitely needed to take a breath. All right, so now I'm just going to do a few warm-ups. Since my back is a little stiff, I'm just going to start by taking my left hand and just kind of reaching it up as high as I can, keeping the right hand down to the side. Then just reach. And what that do is it kind of stretches all in here, and you can kind of feel it. And also kind of in the lower back area. Just hold it for about 10 seconds. And then hands down and switch. And bring this one up. And same thing. Oh man, it definitely feels great. Especially when you haven't stretched your body. That's why I always say 3 important things to do is always make sure you stretch, you eat breakfast, and you get hero PA time. Those are the 3 things to incorporate in your day. All right, so after you did that, just kind of stretch the shoulders out. And you want to go back and back and back. You can do this about 10 times. I think I'm on about 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, what you don't want to do is do it too rough because sometimes you can find yourself kind of locking up your shoulders and actually making your muscles tense. So that's not a good thing. We don't want to do that. So you're just kind of loosening yourself up. So, it's just, you can do it soft, you can do it faster, you can do it slower, whichever one. I am definitely really tense, so I need to work on those, some more exercises. The next thing I want to do is just simply stretch. I want to take my hands, spread my feet out about shoulder length apart, and then just go down as far as I can. Now see, you guys can't see, but on here I am touching my toes. If you can't touch your toes, don't worry about it. You know, you just go down as far as you can. And you hold it for about 10 seconds. And then you slowly come up. You remember to make sure you breathe in and breathe out while doing these exercises. All right, so that's enough of that. So let me get started with these games, okay? So some of these games are new to me, so you might find me kind of looking down, but don't worry about it. I'm going to explain these games to the best of my ability, and if you have any comments or you seem to got lost or don't understand anything in the game, please feel free to drop a comment, and I will answer you immediately and get back to you as soon as possible. All right, so first game that I'm going to be explaining to you guys is a really fun game to me. When I read it, I thought it was cool. And it's Noble Basketball. Now, you don't actually need a basketball court for this game, which is cool. You just need a big enough space, and you need several people. So I would say at least three people minimum. And the way you play this game is you get your space, you make sure you set your boundary lines so you can't go outside of a certain line, and you have to stay inside of those boundaries. All right, now with this game, everybody needs a basketball, and it kind of reminds you of, I think, dribble freeze tag or something like that, where you have to dribble the ball and then try to tag you. But in this instance, you're bouncing the ball with whatever hand you're good with. Me, I choose my right hand because that's the hand I write with. And then you're trying to, while bouncing your ball, at the same time, you're trying to knock the other ball out the opponent's hand. So everyone needs a ball in this sense. If you don't have a basketball, again, you see what I'm using. It's a bouncy ball. You just need something that'll get the job done, and it has weight to it. All right, so know about basketball. What you do is, you guys are bouncing the ball. You attempt to knock the other player's ball out. And, in the midst of that, I'm sorry, that's gotcha. I'm sorry, it's the same rules, but that game is called gotcha. And you attempt to knock the player's ball out their hand while bouncing your ball. And in doing so, if you knock their ball out their hand, then you have to say gotcha. But you have to keep bouncing your ball. You can't not have your ball and then try to knock the opponent's ball out their hand. So you have to have a ball bouncing in the midst of playing. All right? And then once you do that, or if you get your ball knocked out your hand, then you're going to retrieve your ball, and then you just simply come back in the game, and you keep bouncing and keep bouncing. So, the duration of this game can go for 2 minutes. You guys can go for the first to 10, however you guys want to do it. And then the game ends after a certain level of points are reached, or after the time is over with. And then the person with the most points, you guys know my motto, everyone's a winner in this sense, but the person with the most points can either start the game off first, can get the first tag, can introduce the next game, can pick the next game, or in a sense like that. But this way, again, it teaches everybody to take turns, it teaches leadership, and it teaches teamwork. All right? So it doesn't cause any frustration to where it's people, hey, I won, I'm a winner, you're a loser, and in confrontation and all that type of things. It keeps smiling faces, it keeps everybody happy, and it keeps everybody playing, and it keeps everybody getting a chance to be able to get a chance to get a turn to play, to be a leader. All right? So that's how you play gotcha. You simply bounce the ball. You attempt to knock the other person's ball out their hand while bouncing your ball. All right? Everybody needs a ball in that game. That's how you play gotcha. That game is really fun. Now, the next game I want to introduce to you is home run football. And in this sense, that is one of the games, unfortunately, that you do need a big space to play in. And with home run football, you need at least, let's say, about 5 people. So you need a group of people, and there are no teams. The way you play this game is everyone gets a number. So if you have 5 people, you just number them off: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure everybody remember their number so you can go over it. And then you can say 1, raise your hand, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on and so on. That way we know everybody knows their number. You guys can rock, paper, scissors and do last to least, or highest to lowest, lowest to highest, however you want to do it. But the way this game goes is, say player one gets to start in the kicking field. Everybody else is in the outfield. Player one is at home base. The ball is then rolled to the opponent. You then kick the ball and you run and attempt to run around the base. Run and run and run and run. And you keep going until the person who has the ball or the person that retrieves the ball runs it into the home base, meaning the home base where the kicker started. So wherever the person kicks from, that's where the ball has to go. So until the ball reaches home base, the kicker can run and run and run around the bases until the ball reaches home base. The person that reaches home base, the kicker then has to stop at that base. They tally up their points. So if they made it to second base before the ball got to home base, then they get 2 points. They then go to the outfield. Player two comes in, kicks the ball, and so on and so on and so on. 3, 4, 5 until everyone has got a turn. All right. So that's the next game. And the last but least game. Let's see. I have enough time. The last but least game I want to introduce to you guys before I go is home run football. All right. So let's see where that one is. Okay. So home run football is sort of like how I explained to you guys the last game, but this one is a combination of softball and football at the same time. Again, with this game, you definitely do need a big field. Same thing in the last game. You need a number of people. Everyone then gets a number. And the ball, the person who starts off to kick the ball, you can kick it, you can throw it, or you can simply, I'm not good at kicking, but you can punt it. And then once you do either of those, you attempt to run around to the bases first, second, third, as the ball is being retrieved from the outside opponents. Now with this, every person in the outfield has to touch the ball. So whatever strategy you guys come up with is how you can work it out. But everybody in the outfield has to touch the ball before the ball can get ran into home base. So once the last person touches the ball, then the runner has to stop. Until the ball has reached the last person, the runner can continue to run. So if they made it to home base, if they made it all the way around and made it to home base before everyone caught the ball, then it's an extra point. With this, when you do it this way, then you can use teams, because if you have a lot of people, of course, it's going to be easy. But if you have less people, it's pretty fun. One strategy is you can grab the ball, the first person to reach the ball. Everybody, if they see the ball coming to them, they can line up. Boop, 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 boop. Pass the ball backwards, 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 backwards. Once everybody gets it, stop. The runner has to stop. All right? And then don't worry about everyone not getting a turn, because, again, like I said, you guys have numbers. So we go by numbers. So you can go from lowest to highest, highest to lowest. You can go randomly, but everyone has to go before the game can end. All right, so you get at least one chance at throwing, punting, kicking the football. So in that game, home run football, you definitely do need a football. It's a very fun game, and all grades can play these games. All these games are pretty less skill. What word am I saying? It doesn't require a lot of skills to play these games. Lower grades can play these again. It's really fun. And like I said, unfortunately, some of those games you need a big space. So if you do have time, when you do get time, check those games out. Be sure, again, if you have any questions, drop your comments, and I will answer as soon as possible. If not, have fun, get your play on, and until next time, it was another hero experience. It's been fun. I definitely have fun explaining the games, and I hope you have fun listening, and I hope you have fun playing them. Until next time, that has been my time. You take care. Remember, stay safe. Enjoy.